Hey, welcome to Corbellic Studios. I'm Corbellic. I've sold over 17,000 original paintings and I built up over a $7 million art business. That's just on eBay alone. So today's video, I'm going to be breaking down and talking about how to make money with your auctions. Not really about how to make the money with the auctions, but really how I go about to make sure that I'm trending up. I'm always going to be making good money on the themes that I have and making sure that I'm hitting on what works. All right. But then also switching it up and how I do research to go about it. All right. How I use the market to structure myself so that way I have a higher probability when I'm going out there to figure out what works and what I'm going to be getting money off of and what areas that hit for. All right. I'm going to tell you my mindset. But before I do that, I'm going to be doing a new structure now in these videos where I'm going to be opening it up with some questions that I have from the community coaching. So if you're already a part of the elite community coaching, then you can ask me a question in the Q&A. I'll randomly pick a new one and then I'll answer it on here. That I think that's a cool new thing on here. So I'll be able to answer a question on here, any kind of question. It doesn't matter. These are elite questions. So you're going to be getting some game if you stay in these videos and we'll go over it. But also we have a Q&A mastermind meeting that's every Sunday. So you could always join and you could talk to me directly and ask me any question that you have every Sunday. Once you're part of the elite community coaching, you could just ask me any questions. We have a bunch of cool community people, members that's in there. They ask me a bunch of great questions and we're on there for like over an hour or so, maybe even like an hour and a half. And until all the questions are pretty much aired out, I go over things. I drop as many gems as possible. And yeah, so if you want to learn, if you want to learn more about that, you want to be a part of it, click the link below so you can join us and you could be part of this Sunday's mastermind Q&A. All right, so the question that I have here is, hey, Corbellic, I have a customer who's already paid for an item due to be shipped by the 16th. She requested to for combined shipping with another item that does not close until the 18th. How do I combine these two items without getting dinged for not shipping out on time? Please help. All right, well, that's real simple. I mean, what you're just going to have to tell the customer is that you're going to have to send it out. You're going to have to send it out. And the reason that you're going to have to send it out so you don't get dinged for a late delivery on your account. Your account health is more important than them getting their combined shipping. I understand they want to get a combined shipping because that's what we teach here in the program is the psychology of people wanting to get a combined shipping so that way they order more artwork. But they're going to have to understand that if they paid already, then they're going to have to receive that artwork that they already paid for, which you can tell them what this is how I would go about it. Say, hey, in the future, if you have any combined orders, don't pay yet. Just let me know that you're waiting on certain orders or certain combinations to end, and then pay it all together. But don't pay for an order and then 3 days later you want it to combine because it's not going to happen within our handling time. All right. So that's how you go about it. You want to learn more about questions like that, then like I said, join us and you can get more game of how you can go about your account. All right, so today, make money with auctions. How I go about this is number one is I do research. And when I'm talking about research, I'm talking about like I go about I put art out into the market. When I'm talking about painting fast, here, this is probably what I should have put first is paint fast. It's so important, man. It's so important because we're in marketing. When people think art, oh, you're an artist, they think you're a starving artist because you're only thinking about art. But no, how I think about art, I think about it as business. When people would ask me, hey, what do you do for a living? I would never tell them I'm an artist because what does that sound like? Be honest. In society, if you tell somebody who you just met, imagine you just meet a girl on the street or you met a guy or situations like that, or maybe even if it's a networking and they're asking you, what do you do? I'm an artist. I'm a full-time artist. We all know what that sounds like. It sounds like you're broke. All right. It sounds like you're a starving artist. I never would say anything like that. What I would say is I'm in digital marketing because that's what we do. We do marketing. The reason I'm talking about painting fast is that way I can get my A/B split out faster. I could do my marketing. Now, anybody who's in marketing and you understand how A/B split works, A/B split is what they do when they do ad sets. So really what it means is that you're doing a comparison to see what works. So you would put an ad out there and you would have uh, ad A be like a picture of something, and then you would have ad B be a different picture of something, or maybe even there was a different caption or different copywriting. The reason that we would do that type of split testing is that way you can see which one worked better with the market, because no matter how sophisticated you are, no matter how intelligent that you think you are, and how bright and oh, you went to school for this and all the academics, none of that means anything when it comes to the market. That's why we paint fast, because you can't judge what the market is going to do. You can't judge what the market wants to buy from you. All right. I love, one of my favorite things that I love inside the community coaching is that my members will go, wow, Corbellic, you were so right. I didn't understand that some of the artwork that I thought was the ugliest, but I just got finished with it. I got done with it. Those are the artwork that people are actually buying. Those are the artwork that people actually want. And then I can understand, wow, now I know what the market is and I have an understanding of what they want. That's so important to me. And I love hearing that, because they get you out of your ego. So we paint fast so that way we can understand the market faster. When you paint slow and you're only creating 5 a week, or you're creating a small amount a day, it's not about the structure and how you're painting. Or even if you're doing Mona Lisas, they could be, I'm not saying that they're bad art, because we can't judge that. But when you do a small amount, the thing is you don't have enough volume to test what the market is. You don't have enough to do A/B split testing. Now, the cool thing about eBay, how I don't break it down, or how I should be talking about now in the future, when it comes to any other programs, such as all these gurus and coaching programs, they're always talking about how you need to spend your own money for ads, how you need to find your own collectors, how you need to find your own through an email list. They're talking about you putting your money up front. The cool thing about eBay is that you don't have to put your money up front. You could just do it by painting faster and having volume. Volume equals your marketing, which also equals your ads. And you could do that for free because you're not putting any money up front. Only money that you're putting up front is by you actually painting the painting. And that is you marketing yourself. That way you could do a split testing to understand what the market wants. So the number one thing that I would do when I would research, I would paint fast. I'm talking about I hit the gate running. I hit the gate hard. I want to stress the account with eBay. I want them to know that I'm in business. I want them to know that I can handle the volume, but importantly, when it sells, that I can handle the shipping. But then also when it's shipped, that the customer receives it and it goes through a whole full circle of fulfillment. That's what it's called in business. You always go through these cycles of fulfillment. In purchasing, when I was in procurement in my previous life within finance, for anybody who's new here, I had over 79 different temp jobs, finance jobs. I guess I was just unemployable, but look at me now. It all works out because I applied everything to the business side of eBay. That's how it works. Use what's given to you. But what I'm saying here is this. With volume, it equals the marketing ads. When you research, how I research, I hit the ground running. I make sure that I'm doing 40 to 50 canvases a day. I'm doing it a day and I'm structuring my day out. I'm structuring it out so I don't look at it as 40, 50. If I look at it like that much, I won't want to get out of the bed in the morning. I won't want to show up to work. I'll be like, that's a lot of canvases. I don't want to do it. But how I break it down into small chunks, it happens. And it happens very quickly. And I'm able to do it. I'm able to focus and it's able to have a process. We work in 90-minute gaps. Everything's broken down for you if you want to learn more about that. So I make sure that I'm doing 40, 50 canvases a day. I have to. I want to stress the account. But it's not about that. What it's about for me is I need to understand in 10 days, because we're running auctions, right? So with the auction, it's a 10-day duration. I got 10-day durations. 10-day duration. I mean, to me, in my mind, anytime I think of 10 days, I'm not thinking it's closer to 7 days of a week. For me, I'm thinking it's closer to 2 weeks out. I'm thinking it's closer to a half a month away. All right. I'm thinking it's 14 days away. For me, that's how I think a 10-day duration. So by the time that my first auction is over with, and it's 2 weeks from now, this is the day that I could find out what the market wants through my A/B testing. So I need to make sure when I hit the ground running hard, I need to make sure that I put enough different art out there and the different subject matters out there so I can understand that day what the market wants from me out of those 40 to 50 paintings that I do. Then when I see from my 40 to 50 paintings, what the market wants from me, what I always do is I see what the winners are, I see what the losers are, but I'm not day trading the numbers like I really care about where they're hitting at. I'm only looking to see if there's a pattern. Now, I won't really judge the first day. I'll judge the first week because you won't know. And it gets better and better. The more that you're able to be consistent and the more that you keep this up with the snowball effect and you're building up that sales conversion rate, you're able to know better of what the market wants because the market is cyclical. Just like the stock market, what goes up, it must come down. What goes up, it must come down. You can't control the up and down. If you think that you could control the up and down, that's only your ego being involved, and that's vanity. Don't do it to yourself because then you're going to get depressed. It's easy to become unmotivated. Okay, it's easy to become unmotivated by thinking that you control the cyclical market, and you can't. But you just have to ride it out and know when to buy low, sell high. First week. After that, I'm trying to figure out what was successful that week. I'm writing them down. I'm taking screenshots of each of the winners. And then when I see whatever the winners are, I write down on a separate piece of paper. Let's see, I'm doing the winners. And then with the winners, I'm writing down the themes, the topics, or the subjects. And then what I'm going to do on the next week, I have an idea of where to go at, because this is the part that really sucks when you're starting off your first couple weeks, your first month. You're really in the fog. You're creating, but you're in the fog because you don't have any data yet. You don't have a metrics of what's successful. And the reason you don't have anything successful is because you're taking your time to either paint slower. Now, if you want to paint slower, you're rewarded that later on in your eBay career, or later on once you start having a constant pace. But you're not rewarded that from the beginning. At the beginning, you need to hit the ground hard. You need to hit the ground with a rate of what you need to list. You need to hit the ground hard on different volume. You need to hit the ground hard with your 10-day duration to make sure that you at least have your number count that's up there. Then you're going to be able to have data points. You can't have data points if you're starting out the gate and you only have 5 or 10 paintings. And I'm telling you, you're going to be feeling the pain point when this 10-day happens. Because then here, 10 days goes by. Then when you have the 10 days, you're going to be mad at yourself that A, either not that many sold because you didn't put that many lottery tickets out there, or B, the ones that sold, they're all kind of similar, so you don't have an idea. Then what's going to happen on week 2, you're not going to be feeling motivated because you're not going to know what your target is. The only reason that I was able to sell 17,000 paintings on eBay is because I had a structure and a goal of what to paint. Now, if I was just always painting different things and going off of trying to recreate the wheel and just using the projector, I wouldn't have been able to do it, because I don't like friction. I don't like to try to come up with new things. And I'm a lazy artist, and it's difficult. It's difficult. Even if you're using the projector, it's difficult to try to come up with new concepts. All right. So the only way how I'm able to focus on the successful concepts is by making sure I stress the system first, making sure that I have enough data points out there, which is the paintings, because that's our marketing. And then I could do an A/B split testing. I'm taking pictures of what they are, and then I'm doing research and I'm saying, okay, people liked when I did the ugly cat. People like when I did the fast abstract buffalo. That's why, like on my wall, anytime that you see me do paintings in my videos, I have right now. If you check my playlist, I have over 200 videos of me painting. Okay, the reason why I have those videos as well is that you can see how fast I'm able to work in those times when I do my paintings. I work on them in like to 10 to 12 minutes, 15 at the max. But you see me work on these paintings just so you can see how quick I get them done. But if you look in the background where the wall is at, I have pictures of artwork there. Those are pictures that I've had of artwork that were successful on eBay. They either sold for $100, $200. And these are artworks that I didn't like when I created them. They were ugly pieces of art, but it reminds me of my mind to get my ego out of it and to know what the market wants. And I wouldn't have known that if I didn't push myself out there with data points. And the only way I can have data points is by showing up with the number count. So making money on auctions, when I talk about volume, I'm not really talking about just showing up because it's the volume. I'm talking about showing up with the volume because that's the only way that you're going to be able to know what the market wants from you. You're not going to be able to know that they want certain things that you consider ugly, but they're authentic. So give your audience a chance to buy your ugly art. It's okay. One of the things that I like to say to myself when I show up to the studio is that I'm going to create 100 pieces today, but hopefully I like one of them. As long as I say that and I'm content with it, then I'm fine. We're in a business here. If you want to be a artist, then you could be one of those starving artists where you introduce yourself as a artist if you like that. But I don't like that. I don't like the feeling of it. I'm a business, and we're phenomenal people. We're talented. We're fantastic. Everybody inside the eBay art community, you already are artists inside anyways. I've coached so many members who weren't traditional artists. I didn't go to art school, and a lot of my successful members didn't go to art school either, but they're able to put their ego to the side, and those are the ones who are able to win because they have data points. All right. So this is a short video. I just wanted to go through that right there of how I go about making money when it comes to auctions and how I have a roadmap. And I'm not just in the fog the whole time, but it's important that in order for you to get out the fog, you must go through it as fast as possible. So that way you can have notes of what to follow on in 2 weeks later or a month later. If not, if you don't hit it like that, you're always going to be in the fog because you're starting off with no data points and you're starting off with low metrics of what your themes and subjects are, what the market is. You don't know nothing about the market because you're not putting enough numbers out there. All right. So that was a cool video, a quick breakdown. Every time that we do these, I'm gonna open it up with a Q&A that's from the community coaching. And if you want to have any of your questions broken down, you want to join us this Sunday, click the link below, join us community coaching, and I'm gonna see you in the next video.